I was born in a little town outside Walkerton. Actually, I was born in Walkerton, which is about an hour and a half north of here in Bruce County. And my father and grandfather had a furniture store in a little town called Mildmay, and we lived above the store when I was born. My dad played piano. He had the furniture store. He was also a funeral director because furniture store people did that in those days. And the day I was born, he brought a piano up to the apartment for me. So it started pretty young. My dad died when I was 2, but he left a legacy of music. At the age of 20, I entered a religious order, the Dominicans. Dominican friars are also called the Order of Preachers. During that time, I always had a bit of music in the background for myself. I left the order at the age of 40. I suffered a severe burnout. Was just overwhelmed. The needs of the people were too great, and I gave myself kind of boundarylessly and began to just disintegrate. And so at 40, I had to start life all over again. I had no money and felt great shame for having left the order, which I loved, but had to learn how to forge a new life at 40. And so I went to a local bar to see if I could be a waiter. And the owner said, "You're Father Kelly, aren't you?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, you look like him." I said, "I've been told that." I said, "But Peter, I don't know who I am. I was and I'm not, and I've got to make a living." He said, "Have you ever waited on table?" And I said, "Well, I did bread and wine. I can probably learn the rest." And he said, "Well, you played the piano at a friend's baby's baptism a while ago, and you're pretty good. Would you like to play in our bar?" Then a few years later, maybe 2 years later, I had a phone call from England from Mary O'Hara, who was the leading Irish singer in the world. And she said, "Would you ever tour with me?" And so I did that. And I left home and began a concert career. Then Mary went back to England, and I began with her Canadian manager doing concert work. So I did my own concerts for a while. I got scared and kind of put it in the closet after 4 or 5 years. And then it kind of hibernated there until later in life when I solidified my relationship with Ray, my partner now, and I began singing again. It was as though because I was liberated and true to myself and calm, that I could risk doing what was my primary passion, and that was music. Music is my first language. This is my second language. I've also been a public speaker and a writer, and so those are other languages I've learned. But if I really want to express my soul, it's music. I look upon soul as being, I would define soul as that energy that holds all of your energies together. And when you, for example, when I suffered burnout, I would say that my energies began to, and I began to disintegrate. And so what music does for me is it reintegrates me. Whenever I'm spaced or spacey, I can go to the piano or sing, and melody and rhythms will reintegrate me and make me whole again. So I would think at this stage of my life, I'm 81, so I don't have, I doubt if I'll have 20 more years left of life, but who knows now, I might have one more day. But music has got to be part of that development. I want to grow, and I want to grow as a man. I want to grow as an integrated man. And for me, it's important that in order to do that, that my primary language gets developed. So I have to spend time at the piano and just within myself. It's contemplative stuff.